Hey guys, and welcome to Behind the Beat. I am your host, Chris Langen. Today we're going to be taking a look at the 5-stroke roll and how you can use it in your grooves. All right, so for those of you that aren't familiar with the 5-stroke roll, it's one of our 40 rudiments, and it is one of our roll rudiments. The 5-stroke roll in its simplest form is basically right, right, left, left, right. All right, I'm going to demonstrate that quick with the metronome. Here it is at 90 beats per minute on the snare. All right, guys. Now, what you want to do, maybe you would like to pause your video and look down in the description because all the notation for the grooves is going to be in a PDF down in the description. So go ahead, grab that, whether you want to print it out or open it in a new window, whichever you want to do. We're going to take a look at how we can use the 5-stroke roll in some grooves. Okay. Now, a lot of times when I mention the word rudiments, my students go running for the hills. They think, it's like homework to them. So what I try to explain to them is that, we start the rudiments out on the pad and or the snare like we just did, and we practice them. But the benefits of doing that are some pretty cool groove ideas, pretty cool fill ideas. All right, so here's number one. Now, a lot of these grooves are going to basically have the 5-stroke roll within hi-hat, ride, and snare patterns. The beats themselves are going to stay pretty simple, and we'll talk about how you can add on to that in just a little bit. So, here's beat number one. Okay, we're going to start off the first half of the bar, just a simple basic rock beat. Okay, kick on one, snare on two. Now for the second half of the bar is where we're going to throw in our 5-stroke roll. We're going to go right, right, left, left, right, and then with our left hand, we're going to crack open the hi-hat to finish out the bar. Okay, here's what it sounds like at 90 beats per minute. All right. See, as you can see, it takes a basic beat and adds a little bit of flavor to it. Now, as I said before, you could certainly move the bass drum around, maybe even add some ghost notes in to spice it up even more. Okay, for an example, maybe we would do something like this. You see what I mean? But what I'm giving you is basically the skeleton with the 5-stroke roll in there. So practice that at its basic form and then start experimenting with adding other things in there. Okay, let's take a look at the second groove. Okay, again, we're starting off with a basic 8th note rock beat, and our 5-stroke roll is coming in the second half of the bar line. So we've got 1 and 2 and. Okay, let me throw it on the metronome at 90 beats per minute. We'll take a look how this one sounds. again, with this one, you can spice it up. You could add the bass drum in different spots, maybe throw some ghost notes in there. You could even take this one over to the ride and split it up. Let's see what that sounds like. All right. Let's take a look at beat number 3. Okay, now with this one, we're going to be playing 16th notes on our hi-hat to start. Okay, let me show you what this one sounds like. All right, now let's throw the metronome on, maybe even add some bass drums in there as well. All right, let's try splitting it up between the hats and the ride. All right, guys, got one more groove for you today. Let's take a look and see how this one sounds. Okay, as you can see, we're going right. Now, we're starting with our left hand on the 5-stroke roll this time. So right, left, left, right, right, left. Okay. Bringing that left down on the snare. This gives kind of almost like a Latin type feel. Let's throw the metronome on. All right, guys, I hope this has been helpful. And I hope now that you see rudiments can be fun. And we can do useful things with them besides just practice them on a pad or the snare. We can come up with some grooves, some fill ideas, and just add little nuances to an otherwise basic beat. So make sure, if you enjoyed this video, you hit the subscribe button. Check me out on Facebook at facebook.com/Chris Langen Drum Lessons. You can find me on Instagram at drumbum1981. And until next time, guys, have a good one. We'll see you in the next lesson.